So as a parent or working in a school with young people as well, if we know there's a student who is perhaps self-harming and we want to kind of help them to come up with some alternative coping strategies to that, what would you suggest? How could we do that?
There are lots of different ways we can do this, and they're mostly grouped under distract and delay. So under distract tactics, you want to try and distract them from the emotion that they're experiencing. So often people will use pain as a way to break numbness. So an alternative could be to provide a source of pain which doesn't actually harm them. So things like using a rubber band on the wrist and snapping it against the skin can give that pain that they need to snap through the numbness, but obviously without any long-lasting effects. It's the same with things like using ice cubes. So if you take some ice cubes and hold them really tightly in the palm of your hand, or even it's much worse if you put them underneath your arms, because it's quite sensitive in that area, that can cause a sharp painfulness which cuts through the emotion that they're struggling with at the time. It's also using things like chili or very strong mint, so that the experience of the taste can also cut through the emotions that they're feeling. So for distract, you're thinking of things which are alternatives to pain, which don't cause any negative consequences. And then for delay techniques, you want to try and delay the amount of time between the emotion that they experience and then them wanting to self-harm. So it will be things like learning their trigger, so learning that a certain emotion will cause them to want to self-harm, learning what that is, and then automatically going to do something else, like going for a run, going for a walk, calling a friend on the phone and having a chat, maybe putting on a favourite film or a comedy, watching something that they love on YouTube, just knowing that when they have that emotion, the next thing they want to do is self-harm, they need to find something which will make them feel better in that moment and just give them a bit of time to kind of de-escalate from those emotions they're going through at that time.
So would you encourage a young person to kind of have a plan, maybe, to kind of, could you talk that through with them and come up with a bit of a plan of something that they might have in their mind? This is what I would do to get through the numbness, and this is what I might do to distract.
Yeah, that's a great idea. And often people will come up with like a little first aid kit almost. So a little shoe box or, trinket box, and they'll put in some things which they know will make them feel better when they're in that place of feeling awful and terrible and they just want to cut or burn or whatever they normally do. So you get a little box and put the things in that they love, so maybe like chocolate, a nice smelling candle, or something creative as well, producing paintings or writing or poetry, whatever that person really loves to do. It's a great idea to have a little first aid kit for them so they can go to it and know that something in there will make them feel better or will distract them away from their intense feelings at the time.